Our next technical tip is called the sweep. This is part of your open hand tipping package as an outside hitter, but it's there to utilize the block to your advantage. If the set is set and it's really tight to the net and it's dying along the tape and you have no place to go with the ball, this is where a sweep shot is really, really important. So what she's going to do is she's going to take that tight ball, she's going to make sure that she's still open to the setter, feet are open on her hop, she's got her hips open, shoulders open, she gets her draw up because she wants to stay deceptive. If she charges into the ball like this, then everybody on the other side of the net knows that it's a tip. A tip is coming and they'll play the tip. The block will play the tip and push back on the ball. But you want the block to think that you're about to swing. So she gets her draw open and then she uses her exchange and she puts a big flat open hand on the ball. She'll push forward and then finish off toward the antenna with a swing that keeps a high elbow and then folds across her body in this manner. Okay? Forward and folds across her body on the follow through. And this is called a sweep. The ball will hit the block and then travel out of bounds and be a kill for you. So let's take a couple look at some reps here. Good, and you can see her going right off the top of the fingers. Okay, same thing, you can see her, she pushes in to the block to make contact and then finishes to the cross side of her body to make sure the ball travels out of bounds. She pushes into the block to make contact and then finishes to the cross side of her body to make sure that the ball travels off the block and out of bounds. It's a great shot to have, especially for when you're trap set. As an outside hitter, you know that every set out here is not going to be perfect. So it's your job to deal with the garbage. And if you want to deal with the garbage effectively, you have to have something more than just taking the ball and tipping over the top of the block where they'll just pick it up and play on. You want to have things like the throw to the corner, the tip to the inside, but especially the sweep. High draw, good exchange, push into the block, and finish across your body. Let's take a look at a couple more. So she left, hops, she gets her draw up to make sure that she stays deceptive, and then she pushes toward the block and finishes out across her body with a high elbow. One of the other mistakes that players will make when they're trying to make a sweep shot is that they'll wait for the ball to drop and contact the ball with a low elbow. And just like your arm swing, it doesn't matter if you're hitting the ball hard or you're tipping the ball, whatever you're doing to make contact with the ball as a hitter, you want to do it at your peak reach. And it's a lot harder to tool the block right here low at the net than it is high up off the hands. So Lynette's doing a great job of getting high in her draw and taking the ball still at the peak of her reach with a high elbow. As soon as she drops that elbow, it makes it a lot harder to control the ball and you end up pushing up toward the block instead of forward toward the block. And once you push up toward the block, they push back down and the ball has a much greater chance of getting blocked on your side of the net.